today because you're leaders. Okay, you're leaders of organizations. You've got teams. If you're not a leader of an organization, you're a leader to someone, maybe to your kids or your friends and family. You're a leader in some regard. And there's a lot that we can do in terms of train and teach about leadership and how to be a good leader. But one of the best ways that you become a good leader is by walking the walk. It's being all in. I want to tell you a quick story. So how many of you guys remember Mount St. Helens? Do you remember when Mount St. Helens erupted? It was 1980. 1980. How many of you guys were alive then? Okay. I was 1 year old. 1 year old. But it was the biggest eruption that we have had in U.S. history. It killed, I want to say, 57 people. It destroyed 200 homes. It created a 5.1 magnitude earthquake. Okay? And they must have known because there were photographers there. It must have been smoking or something. There were photographers there that were watching the mountain and wanted to capture the moments that were happening. This gentleman, Robert Landsberg, was there. May 18th, 1980. And he was filming. And he captured the eruption, the explosion of Mount St. Helens. And at that moment, he knew that was the end of his life. And that he possibly was the only person that captured this moment. So what he did is he took his film, he wound it up, he put it in, back in the day, they had those film cartridges, those cases, he put it in there. He put it in his backpack, he put it on the ground, and he covered his backpack with his body so that he could protect that image. Could protect these photos that you're seeing right here. That was all in. He was all in for the photo. He knew what was happening, and he was all in. You guys, when we talk about leadership is being all in. Leadership is influence. And when we look at in New Skin, the way that we influence the field, there's a lot of different ways that we influence. Now, when we talk about roles and responsibilities, leaders in the field have different ways and approaches for influencing the behaviors of the sales organizations. I want to talk with you a little bit about some of the influence and some of the wins that we saw throughout 2024, and then we're going to go into 2025 and discuss what some of the plans are for this upcoming year. Okay? Does that sound okay? Okay, 2024, retinol. How many of you guys have used this product? Oh my gosh, it is a fantastic product. I was using it twice a day, morning and night, and Kathy was like, stop using it in the morning. I see some head shaking. They're like, no, you don't use it in the morning, okay? It makes you sensitive to sun, so you don't use it in the morning, you use it at night. But the results of this are fantastic. How many of you guys have already taken your own personal before and after? Okay, if you haven't, do it. Okay, and if you don't have retinol, get it and do a 30-day before and after. Okay, do a 4-week, do an 8-week, because this product right here is phenomenal. Okay. Number 2, we rolled out Mind 360. Oh, do we have any fans of Mind 360 here? Okay, what's your favorite product? Aaron, what's your favorite product? The Feel Calm and the Sleepy Tea. I love the Sleepy Tea. Okay, the Sleepy Tea. It doesn't have all of the, it's not overloaded with the melatonin, but it's got all of these other things in there, the Afron in there, and I can't remember what the other one is, but I take that and I am out, and I wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. I don't have that grogginess that you normally have. The magnesium, thank you. And if you guys see the lotion, I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, the nighttime lotion, it has magnesium in that. Put that on your feet, take your sleepy time tea. Oh my gosh, the best sleep ever. And those of you guys that have Apple Watches or Oura Rings, you can actually track the difference it's making in your sleep when you use this. Guys, at Nu Skin, we've always developed products that are difference demonstrated. So demonstrate the difference with these. Okay? Next, Renew Spa. Holy cow. How many of you guys have a Renew Spa? 2. You have 2 going simultaneously. Okay. 3. 2. Okay. I even saw some of our Chinese leaders created a handle that you can do your back and legs. You guys, this product, I was blown away. With microcurrent technology, we had leaders, again, Shelly was talking about people that use the LumiSpa for 30 days. We had leaders that would use it on their underarms or on their legs, one leg for a week or 2, and take the before and after picture. Mind blown. It's amazing how this can help your body with contouring. It is phenomenal. If you haven't taken your before and after, don't be shy, okay? Never mind, I'm not going to say what I've seen. I've seen so many booty shots that were submitted into the company, okay? One cheek is lifted so much better than the other cheek, okay? But it is amazing. People see it and they're like, I need that, okay? They need this, okay? If you do a booty shot, do not send it to me, okay? My wife, she gets a little bit concerned when women are sending... Anyways, okay. Let's talk the roller. This was something that came, okay? Now, we as a company, we own a brand called Beauty Bio, okay? Back in the day, we bought Pharmanex and pulled them into the company. Right now, we're trying to figure out how do we pull them in. We did a little bit of an experiment with this microneedling roller in the month of December, and guess what? It blew up in a good way. Not like Mount St. Helens, in a good way. How many of you guys got one of these rollers? Do you love it? Okay, more to come on that. We also rolled out our sales performance plan. This was all designed to put more money up front for brand new people to start earning very quickly in their business. And since November, when we rolled it out, here's what we've seen. Paid affiliates up, $100 earners up 40%, new brand reps at a 12-month high, 3K brand reps increased 50%. Okay, it's moving in the right direction. New people are coming in, they're earning, and when they earn, they're turning around to other people and saying, I can't believe this. You've got to do this with me. Okay? It's having the desired effect and impact. How many of you guys are liking what you're seeing already? Perfect. All right, let's talk 2025. How many of you guys have ever heard of Ikigai? Okay, Ryan, I think, is going to talk a little bit about Ikigai as well. This is a Japanese concept. It's 2 characters, 2 Chinese characters. And I can't remember what the characters are. If somebody knows, just shout it out. But it's 2 Chinese characters. My son right now is in Japan learning Japanese, and I talked with him about it. The Ikigai is basically a philosophy of life and a philosophy of business, a personal philosophy. And it says if you know what you love, you know what you're good at, you know what can impact, change, or help the world, and you know what you can be paid for, when those 4 things come together, that's where magic happens. So I went through this journey over the last little bit, and I wanted to say, what is Nu Skin? Like, what is our Ikigai? What are we the best at? What does the world need? What can we be paid for? And what are we passionate about? And I know you've heard from Steve Hatchett this morning. You've heard from Shelly. Ryan's going to be in the next little bit. But when we talk about what we do, I was in a meeting the other day with all of the executives, and my comment was, they said, what do we do as a company? We change lives. We change lives. Whether it's through our products or through our business, we change lives. We help people look, feel, and live better. That's what we do as a company. But I had to back up and I had to say, what are we the best in the world at? Because once you understand what you're the best in the world at, you can carve out a space that differentiates you from everybody else. And I'm not talking about direct sales. I'm talking about everybody else in the marketplace, who the competition is, who's vying for those dollars. So there's a couple of things that I came across. One is devices. We are the #1 device company globally, okay? Beauty and wellness devices. And that spans back 25 years. 25 years ago, Nathan Ricks got a call, drove up to the University of Utah, walked into this room where there were some professors that were studying Raman spectroscopy. And they were looking at it. It had been used to measure distances for stars up to that point. And they got the astronomy department and the health department together, and they said, I wonder if we could actually measure the number of carotenoids in the skin. And there was this room that was full, and it had this laser in it, argon gas laser in this room full. Nathan Ricks sees it, and he sticks his arm in front of that laser, and guess what? Burned a hole. Just kidding, it didn't. It spiked. The numbers spiked. And they were like, this is the highest score that we have seen in measuring the carotenoids. What are you doing? He was like, well, I live a healthy life, and I take these supplements. And they're like, that is amazing. Nathan got people from Nu Skin and went and got Steve Lund and got Blake Roney and said, you guys got to come down here and see this. Blake put his in, or Steve did, and his score was high. Blake put his in, and guess what? The score wasn't as high. And Nathan said, you have got to be using our products. And he was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm taking X, Y, and Z products, but you can see the difference in your health based off of your diet, your lifestyle, and the supplements that you're taking. This is the first time in history that anybody has been able to measure that. And so over the last 25 years, we've invested over $110 million in this technology, taking it from the size of a room down to a small little device that you can measure the color of carotenoids in the tissue, that you can measure the amount of carotenoids in the tissue. And as you heard Shelley talk about, carotenoids are reds, yellows, oranges in the foods that we eat, and in the supplements, potentially, that we take. Okay? I'm going to bounce around here a little bit. So I'm going to diverge a little bit. I recently read the book. It was the book about Leonardo da Vinci's life, his biography. And in this book, it talks about his infatuation with the sky and why the sky was blue. And he was so infatuated because he's an artist and he wanted to be able to draw the mountains. And he said, the mountains that are the furthest back, they're the lightest. The ones that are closest to me are more detailed. But the ones that, as they get further and further back, they become a pale blue. He was like, there's something where the air particles between, the distance, it increases the amount of air particles between what I see and what's there, and that's why it looks more blue. And he's like, I think what we're seeing with the sky is actually air particles between the blackness of space. So he did an experiment, and he painted a canvas black. He had a fire. He started a fire and had white smoke that went in front of that black canvas. What color do you think that smoke looked like? Blue. He was testing to see how things appeared blue. And he said, you know what? The closer I get, the higher I get in the sky, that's going to reduce the distance between me and that blackness. I bet it gets darker. The blue becomes a darker blue. So he hiked to the tallest mountain he could, and lo and behold, it was a dark blue sky. Okay, the technology from Leonardo da Vinci 1,500 years ago to understanding light waves through the 1700s, 1800s, 1900s till today has changed dramatically. And Raman, in 1922, he was recognized for his development of this this laser, this ability to measure the distance between stars. In 1922, he was awarded the Nobel Prize. And then in 25 years ago? 2000 is when they said, let's see if we can use this to measure carotenoids in the body. And today, where we are with light technology, how many of you guys are wearing an Apple Watch? Have you ever looked to see what colors of light shine behind the Apple Watch? Or an Oura ring. How many of you guys have an Oura ring? It's green. They're using a green light to understand what's happening with your heart rate. Isn't that interesting? Now, when I look at what we are good at Nu Skin, devices, yes, but also color. We developed the scanner. We bought the technology. We've invested hundreds of millions of dollars in making this what it is today. But as you heard Shelly talk about, we're probably the foremost experts across the globe on the health benefits of the color orange. The color orange. We own that. We've spent decades studying the color orange. But that's not all. Did she talk any about Meta at all?
Not yet.
Meta contains anthocyanins. What color are anthocyanins? Purple, some blues. You can find anthocyanins in your diet in blueberries, in dark cherries, in grapes. You can find them in black beans. You can find anthocyanins in black rice. Anything that has that, even the purple yams that I used to eat on the streets of Korea when I was living over in Korea, the purple yams. Those are packed full of anthocyanins. We spent 5 years studying the best sources of purple, best sources of anthocyanins, and the best ways to get those into our tissues in our bodies at Nu Skin. So I would say across the globe, we're probably one of the foremost expert companies when it comes to orange and purple. And we can measure it. So what does the future look like? I'm going to tell you right now, Steve probably alluded to this, there's more technology coming. When you think about colors, when you think about devices, later in 2025, you are going to see more technology that is going to revolutionize how we bring together color, how we bring about our bodies, how we bring about our health, and how we're leveraging this expertise that we've been investing in for over 2 decades. Does that get you guys excited?
Yes.
There is so much opportunity here. Now I'm going to go back. This is like the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about. But I want to go back to a couple other things. One, just around the corner, we are actually rolling out, we're repackaging our True Face line. Okay? The True Face line will be 100% repackaged, updated, beautiful. You know the retinol packaging that you received? This will have all of the, it'll all be based off of that type of branding. The next product that will be coming out in this line is our Future Serum. Have any of you guys used our Future Serum?
Yes.
Okay. Future Serum is probably our most expensive product that we have in the entire portfolio. Okay? And so people don't use it a lot because it is the most expensive. But what we're doing is we're reducing the size of the container and making it more accessible. And then on top of that, it will have a refill that you can purchase. Yes. So reducing the cost of that. I'm not even going to allude to the price point because I don't want to set myself up for failure, okay? But I sat in a meeting with Shelly and with some of our other scientists the other day, and they walked me through the research that we did on Future Serum. This is unlike any serum that is on the market, okay? It has bamboo extract in there. It has a lemon peel extract. It has, gosh, I can't remember all the bioactives that are in there. But the amazing thing about this, in 7 days, you see results across all 7 signs of aging. And when they paired it with the LumiSpa, It was across the board, 80, 90% difference in tone, texture, fine lines, wrinkles. It was amazing. And I was like, you guys, why haven't we been talking about this? And they're like, I don't know. This was created to be the mother of all serums. This is clinical grade skincare products that are now packaged appropriately to be affordable, okay? And this is gonna be coming out in March, okay? Before then, we'll be doing a preview. And the reason we're doing the preview, you guys have heard me talk about this, we need the difference demonstrated, okay? I will be the science, I will be the guinea pig. I will do half of my face with the serum and the other half without. Who's with me on that? Okay, we've got some takers here. Here, if you don't want to do half your face, okay, if you don't want to do half your face, someone might be like, do you have Bell's palsy? You know, if you don't want to do half your face, then do the whole thing, but make sure you're taking a before picture. Will you promise me? Say, Buck, I promise you. Okay, these are pictures that you can send to me, okay? These are pictures you can send to me that I want to see, okay? That my wife wants me to see. Okay. Now, as I mentioned with Beauty Bio, we're working to bring them into the fold. I especially am very interested in the microneedling device. It is fantastic. And the thing that I love about it the most is that the presentation for how this works is phenomenal. Did you guys see the presentation? She rolled part of her arm, just part of it, put a topical on the entire arm, and you could see the difference in how the product was being absorbed into the skin. That's what it does for your face. It's amazing. So I want you to know, I don't have any details on this yet, but we're working to figure out how we bring this into the new skin fold like we did with Pharmanex, okay? So stay tuned. Power of color. The next thing that we're doing is we're investing in our success trips. Did you guys hear the latest announcements about success trips? Over the last couple of years, to go on a success trip, we had pushed it so that the title had to be at Lapis. No more. Brand reps who are performing will be invited to be part of the success trip. The other thing that we did is it's so important in your business when we're looking at team building to help people get started, to mentor them, to make sure that they get off on the right foot. And so we've actually put in more points that you can earn by helping every time you help a brand new person get started and they have 500 DCSV, that gives you a point. And if they stay at that level through the entire 6 months, you get 6 points every time. If you help them get to brand rep, that number goes up. You help them get to Ruby, that number goes up, okay? So another avenue for you to add more points to qualify to be on this success trip. Now I want to show you a quick video because these trips are powerful. There is something about going and being pampered and taken care of. And if you got any team elites in the room or blue diamonds, you know that this is work, it's busy. We're going around and making sure that the brand reps, the golds, the lapises that are there, they're being pulled into the community and they're feeling loved and appreciated, okay? But this is the moment when people go on these trips that they're like, I get it. My spouse gets it. So I want to show you a quick video.
A success trip is so much more than just a trip. It can change your entire business.
These moments define what it means to grow as a team.
This trip pushed us to achieve more than we thought possible.
It's not just a trip. It's the drive to hit those goals, reach new milestones, and even better if you can help your team do it too.
There is nothing more rewarding than watching my team bond and celebrate our achievements together. That, to me, is everything.
we come back stronger, more united, and ready to take on the world.
Every trip fuels my why and reignites my passion to help even more people.
Walking across that stage changed the way I see myself.
It's not just the place we go, it's the legacy we build together.
And if you're striving for your first trip, keep going. It's worth every step.
We're so pleased to announce that our fall 2025 success trip is at
We're going to the Hard Rock Riviera Maya.
The Hard Rock Riviera.
Maya. Join us in beautiful Mexico, not only for the culture and the cuisine, but this is the only place to be if you love Nu Skin.
Who's going to be with us in Riviera Maya? You guys, you got to get there. The thing that I love about Success Trips is it gives people a goal to shoot for and recognition to be there with their team and feel the community. They are phenomenal, and we take care of you when we go on these trips. We just closed out our last Success trip at the end of December to Paris. How many of you guys qualified to go to Paris? Raise your hands. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Give it up for these big qualifiers. We're taking over 500 people, 500 couples to Paris.